This one's called My Purpose. The other night I woke and was choked full of words. Although I was tired from the night, I was inspired to write, as though my heart would explode if contained. The only pain I felt was a strain of not being able to write fast enough, to get my thoughts on paper. If my pen were a woman, then that night I raped her, because not a second was wasted, not an inch left the white, as I began to write every thought that I had caught and was finally ready to teach. I became some holy prophet ready to preach the perfect words to express what's best for the rest of the world, and not just me. You see, this poem was not going to be about love and hate or what's bad or great, because we already know the facts. The world is a little messed up, and that's that. But that night, I found my purpose. I finally realized that my life was not worthless. You see, I have always been torn from left to right because I was born to write. My parents simply could not understand that. Plus, while I was the only young man who since birth has not given a damn about money. You see, materialistic things like cars and rings and clothes simply do not make sense to me, because I read in a fortune cookie when I was younger that happiness is about cherishing what you have, not what you want. So I decided then, why not turn that frown to a smile and turn the dial from greed to giving, from work to living. Doing what you love and loving what you do is not just a saying, people. It's a way of life. And that night proved to me that this is what I was meant to do. You see, hours went by and my eyes were burning dry because I didn't think to blink. I was so consumed, isolated in my room, spilling every hope and dream that had once seemed unrealistic into this new reality, because all of a sudden I had this new mentality that wealth is simply a state of mind. And instead of finally being happy for once in my life that I was now one of a kind, I decided then and there that I wanted to teach those who don't know. I want to plant the seeds and watch them grow into a new definition of perfection, where they can stand in front of the mirror and look at their reflection, and their only disappointment would be that they would not be able to smile big enough, where the only limit and constraint in their life was the surface area of their face. I wanted to put them in that place when they first smiled as a baby, and maybe then I could sleep well at night, and not have to live my life preaching open mics. But until then, my purpose in life is to write.